only two steps involved in taking a linear equation in two variables. So here we have a linear equation in two variables. Your variables here are the x and the y. A, B, and C are going to be numbers. And I could throw in that A and B cannot both be 0. One of them can be 0, but not the other. However, if one of those is 0, you don't have very far to go to solve. This is called standard linear form. A linear equation is not going to have any exponents. So you cannot have an x squared or an x cubed. You can't have a square root of x. You can't have your x or y in the denominator. It only takes two steps to take something in standard form and solve it for y. You want to subtract your x term from both sides. Which will essentially move it from the left to the right. If I were to subtract ax here, that's just going to leave the by over here because that cancels. Now, this term has an x and this one doesn't, so I cannot combine these into one term. I can only say c minus ax. And then to finish solving this for y, because it's currently solved for b times y, so I would have to divide both sides by b. That'll cancel the b's. So I've got y equals, I could leave it as c minus ax over b, or I could separate this out into two different fractions. So if I had something like 3x plus 5y equals 20, and I want to solve for y, I could subtract the 3x from both sides. Divide by 5. And instead of dividing the whole thing, I'm just going to go ahead and distribute that while I'm at it. So 20 over 5 would be 4. 3 over 5 won't reduce, and I can move the x off to the side. A lot of times they'll want you to write it in what they call slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is solved for y. The only difference is that they put the x term first. So all I would have to do to put this in slope-intercept form would be to put the negative 3/5 x first, and then the 4 second. Notice that the 4 is positive, the x term is negative, the negative term stays negative, and the positive term stays positive.